Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee with Frosty. Today I'm going to be sharing some sewing patterns with you, and these are patterns that I'm getting ready to create. Winter's coming up in a few months, so that's when I like to get sewing done during the winter months because I don't like to go out and about when it's, freezing and snowing outside. So I'm kind of in the planning process, and I need to go actually and get some fabric. And we live in a city where we don't have any fabric stores right now, not for apparel fabrics. We have lots of quilt shops, but nothing for apparel. So I'll probably be taking a trip out to Holmes County um, to go to Zink's to get some fabric. So I'm looking forward to that. And I also just learned of another store. I need to get some upholstery fabric. So I just learned of another store in Cleveland where I can go and get some upholstery fabric too. So we'll have to kind of do a little double long day to do some fabric shopping, or maybe a couple days, who knows. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to share some patterns. And then one of these patterns, I'm actually doing a challenge with Sharon Sews, and it is hashtag sewing memories. So one of the patterns is regarding that. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to share the patterns with you. So the first one that I'm really looking forward to doing actually is a Vogue pattern. It's Vogue 1971, and this is for a winter coat. I really need a nice winter coat. I particularly like this pattern because it comes in 5 different lengths. I'm only 5'2", so sometimes the longer lengths that you see are just way too long for me, and they tend to look a little frumpy. So I like this because I can kind of measure it to my height, and I just love this style. I think it's a very classic and classy looking coat, and wearing that with a pair of boots just looks fantastic. So I want to try that one. If I do really well, I might also make it as like a coat dress, just to have something extra for the winter to wear, when it's not too terribly cold. But we'll check that out. So that's the first thing I'm going to attempt to make. I'm only sort of an intermediate sewist. I love to sew, but over the years I haven't really had a lot of time to learn, especially apparel sewing. So this is going to be kind of a little challenge on that one, but I think I can do it. I think that one's okay. So the second one that I really like is a McCall's pattern. It's McCall's M8177. On this one, I really like the short version with sleeves. It looks like a fairly easy pattern to create. I love that it has the buttons up the front, and I love the version with the sleeves. So, and the sleeves look really simple. They're just kind of gathered at the top. So I think that will be a really nice and kind of fairly easy make. I'm looking forward to doing that one. The next one that I'm going to try, I have McCall's M7718, and this one is actually for my granddaughter. So hi Lily, if you're watching. So my granddaughter she's in junior high school right now, and I know she's going to have some formals coming up. So when I saw this pattern, I just thought it would be really pretty to make something nice for her so that she can have something to wear for her formals. And Lily, if you're watching, let me know if you like this one. I think it's real pretty, and can be done in a lot of different ways. So that one will be a fun one to work on. The next one that I'm looking at is Vogue V2103. And I like the short style, and I like the halter style. Now this is the one where I'm doing the hashtag sewing memories, because this reminds me so much of a blouse that I had when I was a young kid, really, kind of like a preteen. I had this blouse and I loved it. It was a halter style top. It was open on the shoulders. It had a collar. It had a white collar, and I remember it was pink. It was so cute. I absolutely love that blouse, and I've never seen a pattern that came anywhere close to it. So with this one, I think I will really enjoy doing it, and it really did bring back that memory for me. So that's my hashtag sewing memories challenge pattern. Only a couple more that I'm looking at. One is McCall's M8528. This is a pretty wrap. I like view A, and I like the idea of elevating this into a sort of a formal attire dress, and I love the idea of putting some sleeves on and a sheer sleeve with maybe a satin collar. I just think that's going to be really, really pretty if we can elevate it a little bit. I like this. I even like it without the sleeves. It's really cute, but I personally, I would prefer to have sleeves on it. So I think I'm going to put some long sheer sleeves on this and just use some really pretty fabric. Something a little bit elevated. I like that a lot. I have a pattern on hand, a couple of patterns on hand. One is a simplicity pattern. It's S9743. I was thinking about this, but I'm not really sure. Now that I've been looking at it, I kind of like the other patterns better, but I'm going to keep that one in the background just in case. And another one is the simplicity S8830, Simplicity S8830. This is a shirt dress. The reason that I like the pattern is because it's for petites. So being, again, as I said, I'm only 5'2". Sometimes these patterns and everything just get to be a little too long, and it makes them look a little frumpy. So I like this. There's a few things I don't like about this pattern. One is that the back is a little bit too long, and I'm just not sure about it. I like it, but then again, I kind of wanted to make some alterations to it. But today when I was looking on the website, I actually saw a similar pattern. It's a butterick pattern, and it's B7075. And I think what I'm going to do is do this new one, this new butterick one instead, because first of all, it's a wrap. It's a wrap style, and I love that it has the collar and the sleeves. As I said before, I love to wear like a V-neck with a collar and some sleeves. I think it's very classic. I love a wrap. It's just very, a little more fitted. I think it's a little more of an elevated look. So I think I'm going to do this butterick one instead. And also you could do it a little bit shorter and make just a blouse out of it instead of a dress if you like the pattern well, and if the pattern comes out well enough. So I really like those, and those, that will do it for now. So I don't know, what do you think? Are there any of these patterns that you like or that you would try or that you have any experience making? And Lily, please do let Grandma know if you like that formal gown, and if so, maybe what kind of colors you might like or anything special you'd like on it. So, all right, well, thanks a lot, everyone, and until the next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.